Before we begin this video, I recommend that you visit google.com and search for Dinadata.com. This website is a great resource for the latest updates on Dinar Guru news, all conveniently located on one page. For more information, I encourage you to visit the site.
The Central Bank of Iraq reveals the mechanism for ending the electronic platform quote, during the year 2024 and until now, 95% of the transfer process from the electronic platform to the correspondent banking mechanism directly between it and Iraqi banks has been achieved, which means that only about 5% of it remains, which will be transferred before the end of this year. We should all be very clear about what is transpiring before our eyes with Iraq's reforms. We are seeing the end results with a mere 5% left to complete, so they already achieved what they were working on in the past. They are ready for completion to the best of my understanding now. Not later? Wow! Government advisor, the talks between the Central Bank of Iraq and the US Federal Reserve achieved advanced results. Two conditions to achieve it. Al-Sudani's advisor rules out removing 3 zeros from the currency. This is what's happening right now. This is called diversion tactics, sleight of hand. This was done with China and it was done with Kuwait. This is part of the monetary reform. To put out disinformation that is a deterrent, maybe, that is putting speculators at bay. More concerned than ever that Iraq will take action to reduce the circulation of the Iraqi dinar to a manageable size, which will automatically help increase the currency's value. The question then becomes, will outside investors be included in the exchange? Update your passports for travel to Jordan, Turkey or Egypt, where Iraq now has banks. A lot of good news out there, over-the-top good news, lots of chatter looking at tomorrow, but we don't know when it's going. If half the rumors are right about it has started, we are in great shape. I am still hearing from lots of sources that things are well underway and we should soon be seeing dollars. But I cannot pin anyone down that they have physical dollars. I'm hearing it, the problem is I have not been able to verify them. Community comment, if they're under NDAs, you'll never get verification emo. Marks. And that is a possibility. But for me, I'm going to back up a little, stay calm and find out what is real or not. Government advisor, the talks between the Central Bank of Iraq and the US Federal Reserve achieved advanced results quote, Sally, confirmed, the renewed understanding with the US Federal Reserve will allow the monetary authority to restore an internal banking market, while he indicated that the results of the discussions between the central bank and the Federal Reserve are good and consistent with the rules of work, and he pointed out that they will allow for the implementation of a precise path between Iraqi and international banks. A few days ago an article came out, 2 conditions for achieving it. Sudanese advisor rules out removing 3 zeros from the coin. My fingers were crossed and I was hoping they would not remove the zeros. That's step 1, don't remove the zeros. Now, do we want the exchange rate to change? Yeah. Now is the time while the zeros are still on there. I'm not saying that's going to happen, but what I'm saying is if it was ever going to happen the way we wanted it to, now is the time. MP Kazem al-Shamari called on the heads of political blocs today, Thursday, to grant the freedom to the representatives to choose the Speaker of Parliament. Al-Shamari told Al-Maluma agency that the interference of political blocs in the Speaker of Parliament's file complicated the political scene. He added, there is communication and consultations between blocs and senior figures to end the file, indicating that the majority of the members of the House of Representatives reject the interference of political forces in choosing the new candidate to fill the position. He added that the corridors of Parliament witnessed many meetings between the various blocs in an attempt to resolve the differences regarding the position of the president. Iraq agreed, today, Thursday, with the European company Airbus to purchase 12 multi-role combat helicopters of the Caracal H-225M model. The agreement was signed by a representative of Airbus Helicopters and a brigadier general from the Iraqi Air Force at the headquarters of the Ministry of Defense in Baghdad, in the presence of the Iraqi Minister of Defense Thabet al-Abbasi and the French ambassador to Iraq Patrick Durrell. The director of the Airbus Helicopters branch in the Middle East and North Africa, Arnaud Montalvo, confirmed that the agreement includes the delivery of 12 H-225M helicopters starting from the beginning of 2025. Today's signing is the result of long-term discussions between French President Emmanuel Macron and Iraqi Prime Minister Mohammed Shia al-Sudani. The French ambassador to Iraq was quoted as saying by Agence France Presse, "We are proud today to have achieved this result, which will enable Iraq to strengthen its capabilities and sovereignty," he added. In January 2023, al-Sudani held talks in Paris with representatives of the French groups Thales and Dassault, as well as the European aircraft manufacturer Airbus, regarding the possibility of Baghdad acquiring radars, Rafale fighters, and military